Alright, hey everyone. So, fun things here for you. Those of you who may not remember from the first game, when I fought the end boss of the first game, we entered what was, he rips a tear in what, he refers to as the Celestial Dimension. And when he does, during the fight, you can see me, or Slalin, my slime, because the Celestial Realm is our world. It was an awesome, awesome fourth wall break that I think they did very well with. Anyway, so when we just broke our way into the Celestial Realm again, it once again showed me, or Slalin. We are now in the path to the Celestial Realm, and as you can see, it's very messed up. Lordly robes. That's fine.
So, what does everyone plan to do after the battle ends?
Hardly the time for this.
Good question. I'll probably go back and help Father Ananias with the peace agreement. I guess we'll still be working together.
I certainly do hope so. What about you, sir?
I'll probably just head back to Norende and, live the slow life there.
I sure hope so. Last time you said that, you went and collapsed. Scared us half to death.
Sorry about that.
And, Magnolia? Are you still planning to go? Back to the moon, that is.
Yes, it is my home after all. I have to help my people get their lives back together.
Yes. Of course.
What about you?
Well, first I've got to work on reforming the Crystal Guard. And, well, the rest is, private.
Alright, back to business, everyone. There's no time for chit-chat.
Alright guys, we're on our way to the potential final confrontation, maybe? A confrontation, let's leave it at that. Hey! That's cool. That may actually be better than the current sword I have you equipped. It is! I'll take it. A blade that gave birth to a nation. Okay. If you say so.
This is...
Should we ask? I feel kind of bad poking around in his private affairs.
My, you are insatiable, my young friends. So tell me, do you believe in fate? Vega and I were reunited the following spring. I had achieved some success as a researcher. Well, at the risk of sounding boastful, considerable success. My superiors, feeling threatened, had me transferred. It was envy, plain and simple. Not yet having the wisdom of years, I sulked and despaired my fate. In a desperate attempt to get back at those I felt had wronged me, I dashed out into the rain with no cover whatsoever. I risked more than simply catching cold. In those times, severe pollution had made the rain acidic. As I trudged along in sodden despair, a woman came dashing after me, umbrella in hand.
That was Vega!
Yes, She was a colleague at the remote research facility to which I had been transferred.
Alavas, how could one not believe in fate?
What a remarkable coincidence, I thought. In the small space we shared beneath that umbrella, we finally introduced ourselves. But wait, how curious. If the memory of that ski lift became a ball, that means... Vega, my dearest, you remembered as well.
I guess it really was fate, huh?
More chops equal higher social status. Yes, Larvitar, you should definitely replay this. Black Trife should also replay this. And by replay this, I mean play this. That's a teleporter. That's not where I want to go. I'd like to get the treasure at the very least. We already got a cool sword. Earth Mallet? What is with these street signs? Why are they all the same street signs? It even says stop on it. What kind of stop sign's not red? Gold hairpin. Lowers MP consumption. It's not gonna happen. Oh man, Trife, you're missing out. There's so much bacon that you could get from this. A reflect ring. At the very least, just go watch all of my videos so that you can understand how amazing this game actually is. Hermes shoes. Kaiser knuckles. Well, we just so happen to have somebody here who has fist weapons equipped. And those are pretty sweet looking. Don't worry, you'll play it for him. Yeah. This is Zelda music? Well, Zelda has fantastic music, so... Dude, Trife, if you ever get back to, Breath of the Wild, go to Hyrule Castle. The music there is amazing.
Vega and I got along well, though purely as colleagues at first.
And then?
Summer is the perfect season for risks and adventures, you know. Or perhaps the heat had just gotten to my head. In either event, that summer I took two great risks I'd never before dared to. The first was to ask her to accompany me to a festival.
Courage! That's the spirit!
The second was when I confessed my feelings to her.
Wow, way to go. But how did you work up the courage?
Sometimes a man must do what he must. Not that I wasn't nervous the entire time, mind you. Every moment of that night, from the fireworks to our hapless attempts to scoop goldfish, have been indelibly etched into my memory.
That this memory has become a ball must mean it was of deep meaning to Vega as well.
Goldfish scooping? That sounds strangely familiar.
Yeah, didn't someone we know do that?
It's almost like you and Magnolia are replaying their memories inadvertently. Because they shared an umbrella as well. They didn't meet on a ski resort, but I guess their life could be considered a ski resort. It's just been going downhill. Look at these lanterns. So rude. A crystal helm. Do you though? Do you? What if you found out that you actually didn't want to, Shadow Draken? Vadra? The fuck's a Vadra do? Evil quelling weapon of the gods. Oh, whatever. I'll equip it. This is probably going to teleport me to over to that other treasure chest. Amano Kagayomi. What? What do you say no to, Wintrigue? You'd have to get some bacon? I agree. Sola Thamasa, that's magic power, right? Yeah, M attack. And int. No, wait.
This memory seems different from the others.
And with good reason. It wasn't all love and romance, after all. Vega and I may have grown closer, but we were still colleagues, working in the same lab on the same research team.
That sounds complicated.
You'll recall that my being sent there was a demotion. We were given neither the funds nor tools to carry out meaningful work. But dreams are the ultimate motivator. And so Vega and I poured ourselves into our research. She believed in my hypothesis and did whatever she could to contribute to my vision. She snuck into the archives to retrieve data I could not, and contributed creative ideas and solutions whenever I hit at a dead end. In the end, my experiments succeeded, and my hypothesis became an accepted theory. That was when I first felt it. I knew that I could overcome any difficulty if only she were by my side. That I wanted to share a life together. If attraction is gazing into one another's eyes, then true love is setting those eyes on the same shared goal. Or so my theory goes.
Right! Same goal! Got that, you?
You understand, don't you? What are you looking at me for? Do you understand what he means, Magnolia?
Yes, no. I do. All too well.
Oh, this is giving me a headache.
What the fuck is Gore? She looks weird crying with that hat? Yeah, I agree. Look, this one's got like library books all over the place. We're in the fucked up dimensional version of the Great Google Library. What? Don't teleport me over there. Who said I wanted to go over there? Tengu Sneeze! Give me good gear, don't give me shitty consumable items that I can just buy. Seems fucking rude. Hey, I got a Durandal. Is that stronger than the Grand Marshal's sword? It is. The Sword of Roland, a hero of myth. Hey, isn't Roland the dude from Four Heroes of Light? I sworn he was. A brave suit. Oh, I lose a lot of M attack though. Whatever. I need a better question for Nightbot. I'll have to think of one tonight. This isn't where I want to go. This is not where I parked my car. Ogre's Club. I don't really care for that. Okay. Yes. Yeah, Four Heroes of Light is the game that essentially spawned the Bravely Default series. So if you want a good history of where the series came from, that's a good game to go with. Those enemies that Yoko was summoning to hit me with, those were all bosses from Four Heroes of Light. Asmodeus. A lot of the bosses, the balls that you fight in the first game in Norende were those same bosses. And yes.
Oh, look what we have here. Once again, I have good news and bad. Which would you like to hear first?
The bad news, and make it quick.
You're quite the anxious type, aren't you, idiot? We'll have none of that. I shall start with the good news.
Why'd you even bother?
It was a very special night. A holy night, one might say. I reserved a most lavish dinner for the occasion. It was that night that I finally did it. I proposed to her.
Naturellement! She must have been so happy. How did you ask?
There was no dithering about. I just came out and said the words, "Will you marry me?" She cried. Cried in joy, of course.
But that's wonderful. So wait, what's the bad news?
Though we were now engaged to be married, I could not afford to buy a wedding ring. I was receiving fair wages for my work, but I poured the lion's share right back into my research. She told me not to worry, that my love was enough, but still, it ate away at me. Shortly after, we held a small ceremony and became husband and wife. I eventually saved up for a ring, which I gave to her the day before I left for Luxembourg. I didn't appreciate it at the time because of those worries, but in light of all that came afterward, it was a happy time for us.
After that, you and Vega were forced apart.
Quite so. In the end, I never saw her again. But do not cry for me. My life was far from a sad one. After all, I lived my life to the fullest, working toward the goals I had set for myself. I lived my own life, and no one else's. You must all live your own lives as well. Have courage. Be brave enough to default on the expectations of others.
To find the courage to defy the world and live our own lives. Listen, everyone. Altair says he has no regrets, and I believe him. But I'd rather live in a world where his efforts are rewarded. Altair doesn't deserve to have his true love stolen from him by some dark god's meddling.
That's right. Let's free Vega from the grip of the false god Providence.
Of course. I don't want to see another person forced to live without the one they love.
Recommencer avec bravoure. A second chance, if we're only brave enough to seize it. As long as we don't give up, there's always a chance to do things over. Altair, don't give up on Vega yet!
Alundra? I've never played Alundra. I probably should. Tables. Tables for 2. Looks like Vega remembered that. Hey, Barrier Shred. Oh well. That's a teleporter. And that's a teleporter. Alright. With also a treasure chest nearby. With a Gungnir in it. Anyway, Encarta. So I went into Bravely, or Four Heroes of Light completely blind. Hyper Braids. Zeus. Raises your attack. I'm gonna go with those. Anyway, I went into it completely blind. I had no idea what I was doing for that game. Excalibur 2. Well, that's a Final Fantasy IX reference. It's not exactly stronger than what I got, but it's got better accuracy. Actually, maybe better for Magnolia. It is. There you go. And, yeah, I'm gonna warn you now. There's a lot of situations that they can throw you in that are no-win situations, depending on your hat. Your hat very much can, take control of the entire situation. Stop interrupting, Treasure. Earthbreaker. At least I'm getting some cool stuff. So, beware of being put into situations where you will fucking die just because you were wearing the wrong hat. And there's no indication of when that situation might occur. It's just, oh well, I can't win this fight. Alright. I'm gonna have to run all the way across the world again. No. I don't want anything. I'm not playing that game anymore. Hey, look. Yip yip.
Thanks. That was really delicious.
You don't want another helping? You're usually on your third by now.
Oh, la vache! Did my meal not agree with you?
What? No, it was great. Your here comes another schnitzel was the best, really.
Pork schnitzel on top of veal, on chicken, on boar, on venison, on rabbit, all in one dish. What's not to like?
Right, especially when they're coated with fresh breadcrumbs and deep fried to a perfect golden brown. Magnolia, it's amazing how far you've come. I take my hat off to you.
Leaving aside how she passed you ages ago, what gives? Something's up.
I made all these extras, too, for your seconds and thirds.
It's just that... All right, fine. The thing is, I'm trying to eat healthier. I can't be the only one who's been feeling it. The stress, I mean. I'm constantly on edge, and my hands keep shaking for no reason. It's about to happen. For real.
You mean the battle to come? Are you that worried about it?
Yes, and you should be too. if we're not fully ready for it?
Right. But I'm thinking there's something else on your mind, too.
Oh, Tiz, you always see right through me. I've been thinking about Altire's story. Quite a bit, actually. He wanted to see Vega again so much. Enough that his soul has crossed time and space. And I bet Vega felt the same. When I think what it must have been like for them, to be torn apart like that, it's just hard to eat, you know? Tiz, you have Anyas, right? You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Whoa, see?
Yeah, me too.
But you have someone too, Idia. Someone you'd cross time and space for.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I do, don't I?
Idia.
So, anyway, what am I gonna do with all this extra schnitzel?
Let's wrap them up for now. We can make sandwiches later. Who knows how long this fight is gonna last? Better safe than sorry.
Right. Great thinking, sir. Here, we don't want to waste any of this garlic, so let's use that too.
I'll donate all my chocolate. What's a sandwich without it?
Okay. All set.
All right then. Everyone, a quick rest, and then we head out.
What's a sandwich without chocolate? Excellent question. I'm going to stop the recording here. I obtained a Mega Elixir. Sweet.